Fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, he's fought in the UFC as a middleweight, was also the middleweight TKO champion. He's somebody I hold in very high regard and also part of the French broadcasting team over at TVA Sports. It's awesome to be able to face off against this man right here, Patrick the Predator Cote. Patrick, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking some time. I know it's been busy for you the last couple of weeks. I want to rewind way back. 10 years way back. Can you believe it's been 10 years you had your first fight?
Sometimes it's hard to believe that.
It's 2004.
Yeah, 2004.
The phone rings and they're telling you, who are you going to fight?
Yeah, but I was supposed to be on that card anyway on UFC 50. That was in Atlantic City at this time. I was supposed to fight Marvin Eastman on the first fight of the prelim, and Tito Ortiz was the main event against Guy Mesger.
So where are you when you get this phone call? So they're telling you, Tito Ortiz, where are you when you get this call?
Yeah, but the thing is, Guy Mesger got a stroke, and they were searching a late replacement to replace him, and I was probably the last guy they called because everybody was saying no. And I was at home, and I don't know, I had a feeling that maybe could happen, this thing.
Bring us back to the fight with Anderson Silva. A, the fight itself, when you're coming up to the ring knowing you're fighting the Spider, and B, how was it in the locker room after the knee got blown out? And what were you thinking? Yeah,
the thing, everybody know what happened, you know, it was a bad leg and bad time. But at the same time, you know, we weren't scared of him. You know, we went there and we didn't wanted to show him that we were scared or something like that, because, you know, all the fighters who fought him before, they were already losing before the fight. You know, you couldn't see that by, you know, the language, the body language. Sure. So, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie, that was complicated.
Complicated is a politically correct word.
That was complicated because, you know, it was like the new Bruce. He likes moving like water, and every time I tried to hit him, he wasn't there.
Have you ever seen anybody? Have you ever seen or fought or being as close as you were to Silva in the ring with him? Have you ever seen anything like it? Is he truly a phenomenal based from another mixed martial artist perspective?
Especially at this time. This time he was on the peak, you know. He was like unbeatable. But you know what? You know, you never know what could happen. You know, if my knee didn't blew out. But you know, I never said I was winning the fight, but I was still there. I'm a puncher, so I can knock anybody out in any time.
There's also the perspective of the other side of MMA. You know, obviously the lights are on you. The spotlight goes off after that fight, and I'm sure it was a very difficult time for you in your career. A lot of the guys don't bounce back from that. Some of them do, some of them don't. You've done very well in terms of broadcasting, etc. There's a lot of fighters who don't. Can you give us a inside perspective of the dark side of MMA, the darker side of these guys and how they train and maybe the compensation that's paid out? You know, the other side of all the glitz and spotlight that we see on the UFC card.
Yeah, you're right. It's a tough life. You know, it's a tough life, but you have to take advantage of everything that's outside the cage. You know what? UFC, those three letters are very, very powerful. If you're smart enough to take advantage of that, you know, like in the media, or you make a lot of contact in this sport, you know, not just like about fighting, but about everything branching out and all those things. So
Kenny Florian's done a great job.
An amazing job.
Kenny Florian has done, I mean, he's really reinvented the business side of MMA for a fighter too.
Exactly.
Right?
But, you know, fight is a fight, and sometimes this sport is very cruel, you know. It's just, even if you train perfectly, you didn't cheat, you train like 100%, you arrive and the night of the fight, you know, you lose, and it's, you know, it's heartbreaking. You know, it's not even like you don't feel the pain in your body. It's more like heartbreaking because all the sacrifice you did.
You were talking about the way that a fighter presents themselves, and we're seeing some great examples now of some up-and-coming guys who are a whole different breed of MMA artists. Can you talk to me about the evolution that you've seen from the days of fighting on the reserve all the way to fighting for a title fight? What has changed with regards to mixed martial artists? Have they become really, you know, the mixed martial artists versus a street brawler, the Chuck Liddells, the Randy Couture's, you know?
Yeah, for sure. There are more skills. Those guys are real mixed martial artists right now. We still have a tough time to get accepted, you know, by everybody because of the reserve. Because, you know, this sport was sold on the wrong way at the beginning, and everybody's they're sticking with this image.
The barbaric.
Exactly. But right now, man, if you watch it, not just the UFC, but everybody is stepping in the cage in a serious organization. Man, this is the elite fighter right there. This is not like a street fighter or a bouncer or something like that. You know, if you think you can train and go there and having success, it's wrong.
Before we let you go, I know you have a lot going on. Congratulations on all your success with TVA Sports. Maybe give our viewers a quick glimpse of what you're doing for TVA Sports and how that's been working out for you.
I'm like the French Joe Rogan. That's what I do. You know, I'm the French color commentator. I'm the official French voice for the UFC. So it's awesome. You know, I'm doing that for the last 6 years, working at TVA Sport for the last 3 years. So yeah, everything is good. We do every show, the pay-per-view, the Fox show. We do everything. And yeah, they treat us pretty good, but I'm still a fighter before a commentator.
Well, there it is, and thanks for being in here. Before we let you go, we're going to have a little bit of fun with you. It's our rapid fire segment. I'm going to throw out 5 questions to you, and you let me know the first thing comes to your mind. So first things first, if there was a tag team event in MMA, who would you want as your partner and why?
I'll take Charles Sonnen, for sure, for sure.
Because he'll do the talking and you do the presenting?
Exactly.
Okay.
But he's not just an awesome fighter, but he can, you know, he's a showman. So for sure we're going to have fun.
When you play UFC on PlayStation, if you do, which character do you choose?
Mine, for sure. And I tried to beat everybody who beat me before.
Very good. If you weren't have done if you wouldn't have become a mixed martial artist, a fighter, what line of work would you have done?
Probably something related in sport. You know, I would like that. When I was young, I wanted to be a professional golfer, so maybe continue in that.
Well, that leads into my next question. Your favorite golfer?
Favorite golfer, I like Phil Mickelson because he is a lefty.
I'm a lefty as well.
Yeah.
I'm a lefty as well. I like Phil because he's a lefty as well. And last but not least, if it wouldn't have been the Predator, what nickname could it have been?
You know what? The first nickname at the beginning, I wasn't so serious about my career, but you know, I'm a big fan of Rocky and Apollo Creed, so that was a master of disaster. And my manager said, "Nah,
no." And
I
I second that. That would have been good. Pat, great to have you in. Thanks for facing off against me. Much appreciated.